Hey, what's going on, everyone? Chef Prime here. Right now, this is the home remedy that has been passed down from generation to generation that deals specifically with reducing your A1C. So if you are experiencing high blood sugar levels, this is the type of stuff that you want to put together, and you combination of stuff that you can really put together that will target your A1C. It will reduce over a period of time, of course, your A1C. So you want to make a big batch. So as you can tell, I already got everything ready to go, mise en place, right? So I have the Our Place cutting board that we're going to be doing a lot of cutting on. And the beautiful thing with this cutting board that Our Place have done is you see these little rubber edges on both sides. So typically, you know, if you don't have to be a chef to know this, but typically when you're making something in the kitchen that requires a cutting board, you will have to take like a damped paper towel or a damped rag, place it on the surface just so it could grip, the cutting board could grip on that surface, right? But for this, Our Place have really thought that process out by adding these rubber grips on both sides, which will not allow the cutting board to move vigorously on the any kind of surface that you have. And then of course, I'll be cutting with Our Place chef knife. Make sure you go to ourplace.com to review all of the stuff that they do have available. They do have a lot of pots, pans, cutlery sets, everything you could think about when it comes to kitchen use. And our affiliate link will be in the description below. So make sure you take the time and go through the description. So, all right, now we're gonna start. So I have this here, botanical honey, very specific brand or type of honey, high nutrients. This stuff is, you know, it's one of those honey brand or honey types that will cost a little bit more money than you actually think. So this is raw and unpasteurized, made in New Zealand, and multi-floral. So the bees that actually make this go to a lot of different you know, flowers or what have you. It pollinate through different flowers to give you a combined super honey, pretty much. No GMO. This stuff is like super incredible. So, and I just show you, like I just opened the or cracked the seal. Now, when it comes to the honey, you can actually tell the difference. This is high quality, high caliber grade honey. Your typical honeys, shelf honeys, you see like a translucent yellow appearance. Is very syrupy by texture. This stuff right here, it looks like butter. And let me show you this. It looks just like butter. And you can see this drip right here, it's not even moving. So you know you're dealing with super premium honey. And look how slow this thing is taking, right? So we're gonna just take one good spoonful of this, and this is gonna be what is called mother, right? So when you're hearing mother, think about when you're baking bread, right? You first, when you're baking bread, you first have your mother batch that is saved, that you could then take a portion of that and then put into other breads that you're gonna make in the future, right? So set that aside. I'm gonna let the rest of this content really just, you know, kind of like fall off the spoon here while I'm working everything else. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna do, since we already got our Place pot going, it's already at its boiling point, and it's set on the side here. Alrighty. So let me take the top off. So when you're dealing with Our Place pots, it is imperative that you use a glove to remove the top, because the whole thing heats up evenly to include the top, right? So let's make that very apparent right now. So the next thing that we're going to do is start to place some of the stuff that I actually want in here. So we got whole cloves, all right? So cloves is good with reducing, and I'm doing a little pinch right here just so you can see. But cloves is really good when it comes to reducing inflammation. It's a natural painkiller as well. So for those people that really don't like taking, you know, Advils, Tylenols, those kind of painkillers, you can actually take a whole clove, just like this. Take a whole clove, put it in your mouth. Don't chew it, but just kind of naturally suck on it, all right? Suck all the nutrients out of there. So I'm gonna take a little pinch. Since I like cloves, I'm gonna do a pinch and a half. This stuff is good. And what I wanna make is a super powerful elixir. So we just gonna spread that nicely in the water, and I'm gonna put this on the side here. And then the next thing is cinnamon. So cinnamon is incredibly good, and it feels like it's perfectly made for, you know, people that suffer like diabetes or, you know, pre-diabetes, or anybody that's going through an up and down when it comes to a higher A1C. So we're gonna let's do 3 sticks, all right? But here's the thing, when I said 3 sticks, first, remember, I'm making a super, super impactful, powerful batch. And these are 3 skinny sticks. Okay, as you could probably see right here, these are 3 skinny sticks. We're just gonna dump that into the hot water. Oops. Hold on. Ooh, that's the old age when you're like, ha, when you've been. All right, so let's get on with the get on. So rosemary. Rosemary is something that is very important that you have. Some people, if you look at other people's recipes or what have you, they will tell you, hey, you could do this with dry rosemary, dehydrated rosemary. Now for me, look, y'all, I'm a chef. If you want to do dehydrated rosemary, be my guest. But I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing better than fresh rosemary. All right? So we're going to do 1 stem, and I'm going to reserve this for later use for other batches I'm going to be making in the future. And then you just want to, you know, just pluck those off of the stem. You are a person that grow your, you know, your vegetables, your herbs and stuff like that in a garden. Don't worry about the roots. The roots is actually another good thing too, but that's for a different filming. All right. So this time, like I said before, the our Place chef knife comes incredibly sharp, and you can see the knife. It goes through and through, so it's nothing cheap. It's not going to break off at the hem right here. Nice, solid green handle. They do come in different colors. Remember, at the end of the day, you want to go in and easily scoop them out, okay? So some of them fell on my little counter, but this is good enough right here. Let me do one more smooth, just like that. You want to keep it as whole as possible and just drop it in. All right, just drop it in. Just that easy. All right, so we got that one down. 2 things I do with these lemons. All right, really 2 things. The first one is we're going to zest them. Okay, so want to keep a little bit of the steam in since we got like a little tea thing brewing. Zesting them, okay, and then we're going to put it in this bowl right here with the honey in it. So you want to zest it first. Take this little edge here and just do like one little solid sweep here. All right. You can actually smell that. So the beautiful thing is, like, when you're zesting, you're really, the purpose of zesting is to take off the first layer of your citrus in this case, but it just adds to a much more stronger flavor. That's good enough, because I don't want to be here all day, but you get the gist. So you want to zest. All right, you want to zest, and then we're going to throw that into the foundation or the mother. All right, put that in there. Okay, and then we're going to cut the edges, cut these into 4 pieces. Okay, and then we want to throw it in this pot as well. 2 things. We're making our base, right? Our mother stuff. And then here we're making what we're going to add the mother to. Now, here's some of the cool stuff, right? You also want to add super beets. Super beets, beets in general, and preferably you want to get like whole fresh beets, right? But if you don't have fresh beets, you know, getting a powder form is equally just as fine. So you have nothing to worry about. But beets kind of open up your blood cells. I'm gonna do 4 scoops. And remember, I want this potent. So we're gonna do 4 scoops of super beets mix right into the mixture. That's 3, and this is the last one, 4. Okay. I mean, some of the stuff that I am adding in here, you know, look, you could probably kill your cold. You could do a lot of stuff with this masterpiece right here. This is the showmanship. All right, so now when it comes to the dry ingredients that we're going to throw in here, we're going to do 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. Again, 1 tablespoon. All right. You move this out the way here. Cayenne pepper. 1 tablespoon. You do 1 tablespoon of ground black pepper. Those 3 ingredients all in equal parts. And turmeric. All right, that's the mix. That's the master mix that you want to do. But anyway, ground turmeric. Come on. There we go. Tablespoon and a half won't hurt. But we're gonna add that in there, right? And then lastly, ground ginger. So ground ginger, all right? So that's the master mix outside of the stuff that we got working on the stove, all right? Now, what I wanna do is take all of that with the honey that you see like in this bowl and just mix it around together. You want a paste to be really thick, really pasty. So you gotta work it a little bit just to get all the ingredients meshed in together evenly. And this is what's gonna go in that water. You just gotta work it. You just gotta work it, all right? Don't worry, it may look dry, but it's honey. So very special honey at that. So you just gotta keep working it in. And then once it's all in, then you are good to go. Let me show y'all real quick. That's the mother. That's what you want. Look at the consistency, the thickness, everything about this. This is what you want your end result to be, all right? Just like that. Just like that. Look how slow it's coming off that spoon. So that's what you want. What this looks like. Okay, you see that? That is what you want. And just kind of break the lemon in there. Just kind of go around breaking it, right? Beautiful thing with our place pots is that it gets hot evenly. There's no hot spots. The whole thing heats up. And that's what you want when you're cooking. And then, but you want to give this mixture a stir. We're going to reduce it by half. All right. So after breaking in some of the lemons, just to squeeze out, some of the lemon juice, we're going to reduce this by half. When you reduce anything, you actually amplify the flavors. Slowly reduce by half, and then we're going to take out the rest of the products, and then we're going to add the mother base within this. All right, so this is what you want to drink on a daily basis. You could make a super big pot that could last a week if you want. I went a little bit over average, or what is expected from something like this, because I want to bust this down to shot sizes where I can enjoy it for a whole week. Stirring, and then you can see by the lines how it went from like over here, now it's down here, right? Potent stuff. Go too much in it because you want to be able to scoop it out. See, look, let me just push some of that. I want to squeeze some of this stuff back in there. Look at that. Ooh, I want the cinnamon to reduce a little bit more. Some of the bigger, easier pieces out, and then we're gonna put this through a strainer. Perfect. Into draining all of this to separate the rosemary and other possible chunks of cinnamon or what have you. Both sides, you got your ports where you make your pour. You could be left-handed, you could be right-handed. It does not matter because it's on both sides. Our place does an incredible job with being able to keep the spoon in its place while you're maneuvering around the kitchen. All right, so we're gonna grab the handle, grab the spoon, put your hands on the top. Control, and you see that, right? You see that coming out. Beautiful, beautiful. And then you just want to do something just slow. You don't have to do, nothing fast or anything. Holding back some of the herbs that's in there. But if any herbs were to slide out, all good. So, our place pots, I'm telling y'all, this is one of the most convenient pots, pans, cutlery, knife sets, like everything to use in the kitchen. Trust me. I've been in the kitchen for over 12 years. Take just 1 spoon worth, right? And just mix it in. You can see the honey. Just want it to mix in there. Break everything up. Nice, smooth, consistent spin. You really want to take your time in this point. You want to allow that mixture to break up evenly. Let the heat, break it down. Beautiful part. Check this out. So when people are cooking, there's so much equipment, there's so much tools that is being used. And these tools, while it is good for the speediness of production, one thing that we lose in a sense of using a lot of tools is our own personal connection to food, to anything that you're making. So what I make practice of is very simply being really hands-on. Can I use a mixer? Yes, I could use a mixer. But there's some things that you cook where you could really be hands-on. You could really bring it back in times, push it a few decades back, right? For stuff like this, now mind you, this is for me, right? This is specifically for me, so I could do it. Now, if I'm making this for, obviously other people, I'll withhold a little bit of distance, but technically you still want to do the same thing. Look, you want to smell what your product smells like. This is all sensory building techniques. You want to smell, you want to look, as I'm spinning, as it evaporates, you're training your nose, you're training your eyes. And then later, you're gonna train by taste, building up your palate. You're opening up everything. You know, you feel the heat on your skin. You smell what it, you know, hopefully one of the smells will trigger something that you have experienced in your childhood. For me, this smells like a combination of blueberry pie, earthy grass, faintness of carrots. Now, mind you, we didn't put a carrot in here, but when I was growing up in the kitchen, cooking and everything, I remember, you know, just doing a lot of different stuff with carrots, and it just kind of, for me, it triggered that same smell. And a little bit of sweetness, right? And obviously that's probably from the honey, right? Really see how rich it is, how dark it is. You kind of float to the top, still holding its vibrant yellow form. Like I said before, pour this mixture back in. Yes, that's what it looks like. Now we're going to get it back on the stove. We're going to reduce this just a little bit, and then that will be that. This is the end product right here. So you can see it reduced by probably like a quarter. Started right here, and now look at the current level right now. So we reduced this by a quarter. This is what you want. If this helps you, like it's going to help me in the next few days. Thank you.